Welcome back to another episode with ReelHustle. We're here in the backwaters of Florida, up in the northern part of the state, the Forgotten Coast, kind of near Sopchoppy. Nonetheless, we're in this old G3, cruising down this Blackwater River, and we're going to see if we can get some brim or some bluegill on the fly. We'll also be dropping some bush hooks with some dead bait and seeing if we can pull up some big catfish. So you guys stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get right into the episode. So this is how we're going to start on the fly rod. This little white kind of topwater popper with 3 red dots on the bottom. But I've got a bunch of different hopper presentations and we're going to be targeting some bluegill or some brim. See what we can do on the fly.
Nice pull and drag. Monster. That's it.
Alright guys, this thing just cracked the surface. We're back in business.
Bluegill. Saltwater.
Alright guys, so we had a slow start, but now we just seem to be smacking them every other cast. Trying to keep up with them. Got cracked at my furthest cast, so I immediately had them on the reel. They're liking this little topwater. They just come up and go. If you don't get smacked almost immediately, you just kind of pick your fly line off the water and flick it back to the next one. And usually you get cracked pretty quick. It's a lot of fun. And then we're just taking these dead baits and we're hanging some bush hooks looking for those catfish later. Hopefully we pull up a giant for you. Hanging that proof ball there. If you guys don't know about Fish Techie, check them out at fishtechie.com. Get yourself a proof ball. Measuring fish reinvented. Better fish for sure. Was able to actually get him on the reel because he hit at the very end of my cast the second it hit the water. Alright, so I just got a new species. This is a shellcracker, my first ever on the fly. And I was pretty stoked. He hit it real soft. I thought it was going to be a small fish, but when he came up and rolled, we're like, oh, that's a good one. So these ribs are the ticket. You get it hooked up and drop her in. Hopefully when we return there's a big old catfish down there yanking this tree around.
Really? He's on there. Yeah,
there's something on there. Alright, our first bush hook. We were just cruising through the river and there's already a fish on it.
Oh god.
What? It ain't even been an hour. We were just still setting lines.
Oh my god.
Alright guys, the first bush hook. Solid catfish. I don't really know, but he feels every bit of 25 pounds, at least 20. I mean, look at the mug on that fish. Thing is sick. We've only had that thing in the water for, I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes as we're setting other hooks. We got the proof ball hanging there. We're gonna see exactly how big this fish is, but I gotta say, it feels heavy. Nonetheless, we've got like 6 or 8 hooks out there, and we're gonna go clean up and chill for a little bit and come back and check them. That one had a fish on it in less than an hour, so I'm guessing we're gonna have some more catfish for you here soon, so y'all stay tuned now. It's gonna be the night mission, the next thing you see. All right guys, the forest is alive. It's like 10 at night and we just got back to the ramp where we had our boat beached. We're gonna go see if these bush hooks have some more catfish on them, so thanks for staying tuned and let's see what we can get into. What do you got there?
The gaff hook for the catfish. River monsters are finna catch.
Oh, he's pissed. Another monster. All right guys, so the very first bush hook produced. Look at this beautiful flathead catfish. Probably at least a 12 or 13 pounder. We saw the bushes shaking, the line was tight. We pulled it up and it was a ruckus. Nonetheless, we got it in the boat and we're gonna feed some family. So we're keeping this fish, we're gonna harvest it. We're gonna check the next hook and see what we come across, so stay tuned. There he goes, alligator. All right, let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Another good one. Probably a 10 pounder. Nothing wrong with that one, we'll show them to you next. Alright guys, just showing you the top view of this fish. Another flathead catfish. Beautiful fish nonetheless. Second hook we checked had a big, a 10 or 12 pounder. Not a huge one, but you know what? We're stoked to be, bending some hooks out and having some bushes shaking around and just seeing what we come across. So we reset all the hooks and we'll see what else we can get across. Well, this is probably going to be the last fish of the night tonight. We'll come check these hooks again soon. We're back out here in the tiny water creek, getting ready to throw the fly rod at some bluegill and possibly check some bush hooks and see if we got any catfish on. So stay tuned because we got some action coming your way. All right, so we checked a few bush hooks. We had some stolen baits and whatnot, and we're gonna get ready to do some fly fishing, and then we will put some more chunk baits down for the afternoon. First fish of the day, guys. Second it hit, smashed the top water, came up exploding. Cool little orange throat on it. Beautiful fish, beautiful morning. All right guys, bush hook number 3, we were robbed again. Little bluegill Jimmy. There he is. Oh, micro. When we pull the cameras out, we start getting the little tiny ones. All the small ones, but you know what? Action is action. Crush that fly. Make him look big. And we're setting up this rig with this rope, this circle hook. We're gonna connect the two together, put a big dead bait on there, and see if we can pull a Goliath grouper off of this piling out in the ocean. If we can get them, we'll show you guys some great shots of them, so stay tuned. Something like that. See if we can get that drop down on this piling and see if big grouper wants to come out and play. Alright guys, so we got that bait down there, holding the rope, just waiting for a thump. Well, as it turns out, the Goliath grouper was not home. He was known to hang on that piling, but for some reason we just couldn't get a bite. Our next mission in place was to head out on this clear water shallow flat and see if we could strum up a big tiger shark and get some drone shots of it. As we were waiting for a big shark to show its face, I threw some fly cast at the locals, the howler fish, also known as needlefish. They were like 3 feet long and they were hitting hard, but I could not keep one pinned. More, but yes! Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
I gotta jump out of it.
We never did run across the tiger shark on the flat this day. Although they roam this area often, for some reason they just did not show themselves. So we played with the howler fish for a while until we got too hot and then we took off. The backwater creeks of Florida are full of life. All kinds of wildlife cruising on the banks. Huge catfish cruising below the surface on those muddy bottoms. What a fun time that was. Nothing better than precision cast pinpointing bluegill, and we even got some good ones along the way in numbers. The night mission is always a blast. You get out there and you feel pretty small. Although we didn't have much luck on the flats, it always feels good getting in the salt, and I want to give a huge shout out to the realest one I know, my boy Seth.